Hey guys, welcome to the Midwest Mixtape podcast. This is JSTN from the barn, sponsored by BetterHelp. And Chad's not with us today, but we have a special guest in the studio today. It is Lucas from Skylines the Limit. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. So we're doing these interviews for the artists individually, but we're also sitting here talking about a very special event that you and I have both been involved in multiple times over the years, and you're playing it this year. Do you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, man. So this is the 8th annual Notes for Hope. It's a benefit for suicide awareness. It's a really fun time. It's got a lot of music, and just it's a good place to meet up with people. There's going to be a whole bunch of bands playing. At My Worst, Lost Theory, Kings and Vagabonds, Degenerates, and Deezyman. I'm Skylines the Limit, right? Party Crashers, Holding Ground, and there's going to be many more to be announced as time goes on.
Very good, yeah. It's going to be awesome, and that's at the, once again, that's at the Park Hills Underground. Yeah, man, let's dive into it. This is a pretty special interview, even for me, because you and I have been best buds for...
years.
A long time, years and years. We played music together in our old band, A Part of Heart. The band before that was like Wedding for a Funeral. We might have had a couple other names before that, but Part of Heart was kind of the one we were mainly known for, I think. And then we kind of grew up and went our separate ways, but we still kept in touch. And
yeah.
Another reason this is a very special event for me, as an interview, is because, we're talking about Notes for Hope. It's a benefit for suicide prevention and mental health awareness. Wow, I can't talk today. And then, of course, we're sponsored by BetterHelp and Everest Counseling, doing our thing with the barn. And putting all that together is really important to me because I've struggled with mental health. And Lucas personally knows my journey a little bit because Lucas actually saved my life. Probably about 12 years ago. I was standing on the edge of my own suicide attempt, and I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for this guy right here. And then with the combined compassion of friendship and our mutual respect and love for music and playing together has kind of helped me. And tell me about how the music's kind of helped you over the years.
Oh, man. Mental health. I mean, that's kind of what all of this is about with the Notes for Hope and everything, man. For real, you've always been one of my best friends, man. And, time doesn't separate that sort of stuff. I've always appreciated you. Always will, buddy.
Absolutely.
And I kind of going on into the mental health thing a little bit more and in line with the music on my personal journey, man, is from my own experience, a lot of the people I know, a lot of the people who's come into my life and gone out of my life, like, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot, but I don't know a lot of people who are okay. It's even as you grow up and develop in your life and everything, you just kind of realize that nobody really has it figured out, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of like figuring it out as we go.
Oh yeah. I wish I would have known way back in the day, and now I feel like I'm in the best mental health that I've ever been, but I'm still not okay.
Right.
And that's all okay.
Right. Yeah, 100%, man.
So you're here representing your project, Skylines the Limit. I understand it's a band project, but you're kind of going solo at the moment.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about that a little bit as far as your Skylines the Limit project, like kind of how the idea came to be, and then kind of how you've been looking for members, how you've been recording music, things like that.
Right. Yeah, man. Absolutely. So. The dream is I want to get together with some dudes, write some great music, you know what I mean? I want to get a band together. Right now it is only me, but I want to write music. So I've been kind of doing it in my spare time. I've got kids, I've got a family, as well as I do. It's hard to get everybody together at some points in time, so I've just been kind of going at my own pace for now. I've been reaching out and trying to connect with people, build some more bridges and make some new friendships along the way, and that is the dream. I want to build a full band out of this project. It's a pop rock, pop punk type of project.
That's my jam.
Yeah, 100%, man. We'll have to get together, do some songs for real. Yeah. And as of where it stands, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm in the middle of writing an album. It's called New Skies.
Okay.
I'm still writing it and I'm recording it as I go. And I'm kind of planning on releasing the songs as I write them for this first official album for the project, just because I want to get some stuff out there. one of my songs that I'm actually getting ready to release, I actually do already have a feature on it. I'm not really going to go too much further into that, but I do plan on connecting with other artists also, and I want to feature with as many people as I can.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of music where we live, it's at this point in our lives, it feels like it's about building each other up, you know, making connections, making friends.
That's all about building a scene, especially since, you know, the Farmington scene used to be so big back in the day, before we even came into it. And then when we were brought up into it, it was almost, you know, kind of dying, and then it's been dead for years. And now it's kind of got a resurgence with Park Hills Underground and, you know, so, yeah, I mean, it's all about building a scene, the community, you know, everybody working together, whether you're, you know, whether you're actually going to collaborate on a song together and feature, or even just doing a show or putting together a show, or doing stuff like Notes for Hope where you're putting on the show together. And then, I mean, we talked about a couple weeks ago with Keith that almost every single time that artists are jumping in and playing the show, they're not just doing that, they're volunteering their time and doing things like, you know, we played it together as a part of Heart multiple times, and, you know, we worked the door, we helped clean up, we helped tear down and set up, and the whole 9 yards. And just the fact that everybody does that together, and hangs out and does what we do, you know, that's helping build the scene. And then doing things like we're doing today with interviews, that's how you build a scene, that's how you get the community going, and I mean, that's how you build it up. Yeah,
it's about supporting each other, man. And I mean, I get that 100%. I try to make it out to everybody's shows I can, really. You know, I've been to the Park Hills Underground just because they just recently opened up, you know, God bless those guys.
Oh, yeah.
They've really helped me kind of step back into music a lot quicker than I thought I was going to, you know, and I've been having a blast doing it. It's been a blast reconnecting with you, reconnecting with a whole bunch of people that I haven't talked to in a while. You know, you work all these jobs, you know, and it's just nice to be able to kind of vent some of those emotions out through music and through, you know, your own passion. And it don't even have to be that stuff. You can always support bands by just showing up, sharing their posts, you know, just those things. They're free. Take a second, and it's all about uplifting each other, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, of course. Let's take a quick musical break. We were talking about some of the songs you've been working on. How about we take a listen to Summer Soundtrack real quick?
Give me something to talk about, and I'll give you something to say. Years get past in the blink of an eye, so come on, darling, don't be afraid to let your guard down, to let me in. I could be everything you'd ever need. So come on, darling, don't be shy. I could be your favorite daydream. Sunsets are setting and it won't be long. We'll be dancing all night to your favorite songs on the stereo. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. All night long. I hope you know we're meant to be. I'll show you my scars, these memories, and we will make our own, just you and me.
All right, and that was Summer Soundtrack by Skylines the Limit. Lucas, that's a pretty dang good song. You wanna tell me a little bit about that one, about the lyrics, about how the idea behind it, and kind of a little bit of the recording process?
Yeah, 100%. So the whole premise of that song, like when I was writing it, came from I was actually at a buddy's bonfire, and I was just playing your classic 4 chords and, you know, just singing random stuff, goofing off or whatever, and I came up with a pretty good hook. And I just kind of built off that. The premise about the song, you know, it's a deep connection between two people, right? So, you know, it's kind of a cheesy love song, but at the same time, you know, it's like I hope you know we're meant to be. I'll show you my scars, these memories, right? Like it's it's more of like you got to be completely comfortable with one another. Somebody you're willing to, you know, build with, to completely divulge yourself with, right? You have to be 100% in with somebody. So I mean, it's got a lot of heart in it, right? So I mean, I poured a lot into it. I tried to make it as poppy as I could because I thought it was super catchy, and you know, I had a lot of fun with that one. That's one that I get a lot of positive feedback at shows. A lot of people, you know,
yeah, I've noticed that.
I love this song, you know, and I live for that, man. Like that's one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Yeah,
last show we played, that that was what one of those younger guys in the front was saying, I just heard like right in the middle of the first chorus was, I effing love this song.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I just almost like stopped playing. But
yeah, that was Unplugged Summer. That was the show that I put together.
Yeah, man, it was great.
That was awesome. You were great there. Everybody that was great. So that's pretty cool, actually. The whole idea of that, as far as like the whole 4 chords playing at the bonfire, and then you just got that spark. Isn't that how the best ideas come to be? Really?
Oh yeah,
like,
I think catchiest ones.
Oh yeah, I think probably at least 4 or 5 of the song, like some of my favorite songs that I've ever written were, sitting around a bonfire, and I think a couple of them may have even been when we were recording stuff, or not recording, but playing together.
Shoot, I think what was that one we wrote? Against the World. I think isn't that how that one started?
Yeah, that was Bonfire.
Yeah, wasn't that like a 8-minute song originally?
Oh, 6 minutes.
It down.
It's like 6.5 minutes.
No, I mean originally, and then we condensed it a little bit. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then your sister sang on it with us. Mm-hmm. It was actually super. I think I remember recording that with Corey. Yeah. And I mean, it was such a super simple song, but we just kept adding stuff to it, and it just sounded awesome.
Oh, it's pretty, man. I don't know. I kind of want to go back and listen to that song. That was one of those ones that just.
I listen to it every now and then.
It gives me chills a little bit when I hear it.
Oh yeah. It's still so it's pulled out. Just to. We're already talking about it. If you ever want to listen to any of the old Apart of Heart stuff that we did together, I know that it's all taken down because we don't pay for it anymore since we're not a band anymore. But it's still up on SoundCloud.
Oh, okay.
So you can still look it up on SoundCloud because I still have the account open for that.
That's awesome.
So and we don't have to pay for it, so it's still up there.
Yeah, yeah. You can also find me on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, we can definitely find. Where else can we find you, Lucas?
Just about anywhere you can find your music. You got that Apple Music, that Spotify, right? Mm-hmm. You can find me on any of those.
And that's Skylines the Limit, right?
Skylines the Limit.
And they can find you on all the socials. Is it all the socials or?
So right now it's more. I think for the band itself, I've got a Facebook, I've got a YouTube, I've got. I mean, I haven't been doing a lot social media yet because I'm kind of more or less focusing on the writing portion of it and advertising. Like I said, I kind of stepped into playing shows a little quicker than I originally wanted to. So,
right.
I mean, as soon as I get more members...
We all do. We jump the gun sometimes.
Yeah, as soon as I get more band members or I get, just done with the album, I'll probably put a little more of a focus on that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm making a lot of progress kind of where we're sitting now. I mean, I'm very fortunate. A lot of people have been, connecting with me, and it's been a blessing, man, for real.
Yeah, man. So you want to tell me a little bit where you recorded it, where you're recording all the songs, who you're recording with, and kind of how that process is going?
Yeah. So my buddy Brendan, you remember him from the Cinema Store?
Oh, of course.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
He's been kind of doing a lot of. I mean, he's been doing all of it for the most part. I've been helping him with a lot of the not technical stuff. It's just been me and him recording absolutely everything. He's been mixing and mastering it, and I mean, they're turning out really well.
Awesome.
So, I mean, all the songs you've heard so far and the ones you're going to hear were recorded by him. I believe we're planning on a little later, and we'll go into that more later, is not even the final mix of the song, because I haven't released it as of yet.
Awesome. And then I think Blue Eyes, the one that played at the intro of the podcast, that one was recorded...
That one was recorded with Corey. That's a long time.
That's what I thought. I thought I remember that, because I remembered following you, because that was... probably like not too long after Apart of Heart broke up whenever you released that, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because I was with the Cinema Story for a little bit. I was kind of playing some shows with them, and it was a lot of fun, but I kind of did that on the side. That was the one that Corey helped me with, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and I mean, recording with Corey was always a really cool thing when we used to do that with Apart of Heart and stuff, for sure. Too, so,
yeah.
That's a really cool. I mean, with Brendan, too, when we did those demos before with him, I had released that Hours to Midnight song last year, and that originally was a demo that we were meant to do for Apart of Heart with Brendan.
Yeah.
So, and that was those were some cool days, too. So I'm glad that you're still working with some of the people that, we kind of came from.
Right. Yeah, and I can't wait to drag you into it also. I mean,
I'm working for it, man.
We'll get you there. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, buddy. So we're talking about Notes for Hope once again. So I'm actually going to read off the flyer here. So Lucas from Skylines the Limit is going to be playing this show so the Notes for Hope is a suicide prevention benefit. This is the 8th one. It's going to be at the Park Hills Underground. The door fee is going to be $10. No. It's $10 in advance. The door fee is going to be $12, and it's happening on September 9th. Once again, that's happening at the Park Hills Underground. And some of the other artists besides Skylines the Limit that's going to be there is going to be At My Worst, Lost Theory, Party Crashers, King of Vagabonds, Why. We got Degenerate and Deezyman, which we're going to be talking to here in a little bit. Holding Ground, which we talked to last week. The Doubted, and then Keith Hafner, who is also the founder, and he's going to be talking, or he's been going to be playing songs from his old projects. You know, the Cinema Story we talked about, Downswinging, and of course we talked to him just a couple weeks ago. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing. And I hear Tiffany is bringing a bunch of craft vendors and stuff, a lot of art.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a pretty cool event, and I don't think you knew this. I'm actually emceeing now.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to hear me announcing everybody again all day, so it's going to be a fun day. I think they're trying to get some food trucks in for it, too.
Right.
And, I think it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to start at 12 p.m., and then I think it's just going to go until... the normal 10 or 11 o'clock hour. So
show up, show out, support your local artists, guys.
Yeah, and it's an all ages event. So, bring the kids. I won't because I'll be working. And and being a single dad is just hard to manage that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But, yeah, dude. So while we're on the subject of Notes for Hope, because that is why you're here, what does mental health mean to you?
Man, it's played a really big factor in my life lately. One of the reasons I haven't talked to you guys in a long time was because of my job. I was working long hours. I was doing 16-hour shifts for 5 days a week.
Oh, boy, I don't miss those days.
No. And, I was, it was consistent, man. I barely had enough time to see my family. A lot of that was breaking me down mentally, just simply that, not seeing my friends, not seeing my family. And, of course, everybody was being supportive of me. And I was very fortunate to get out of that situation. But as for mental health, it can't be played up enough. There is a big importance of it. I love the fact that we are actually moving in a direction where people put a lot more focus on it. Because kind of like we mentioned earlier, I mean, it's okay not to be okay because nobody's really okay all of the time.
It's funny because we actually said that very same thing during the interview with Keith as well, for the Barn podcast itself. Because it is okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
It's always okay to not be okay. It's also important to have a support system, and I've been very lucky to have people like you in my life to be my support system, and I think it's very important for everybody to have a support system.
Yeah, I'm always here for you, man. And I mean, everybody needs that for real, because I've got a lot of friends and family, a lot of people who care, but everybody can say that they have that support system, and it's never easy, because a lot of it's talking about it, because a lot of people can seem just fine, and everybody's going through something,
And another thing on top of the outlet, and then of course you have therapy. We have Chad works with Everest Counseling, and then of course we're sponsored by BetterHelp, and then we're doing this event, Notes for Hope, to try to bring more content in front of people, as far as the awareness, and educate people, and try to prevent suicide and other mental health related issues. And so of course it's a musical event, and you and I are perfect candidates to talk about music is the language for the soul.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, you don't even got to understand the verb, the words. You don't have to understand the words, the actual language itself. You can hear a song without vocals and think, man, this song is awesome. I agree. You can connect a feeling and a sound. Yeah,
and of course, and that's perfect for building mental health. I think that's kind of how you and I have always been brought up with music in general.
Yeah.
It's always kind of coexisted with the mental health, as whether we knew it or not at the time. Having the crafts and things like that, and at the Notes for Hope, that's super important too, because it's not just music that, music is the language for the soul, but there's other outlets to helping with mental health. There's sports, there's art of all other kinds, there's dancing, there's painting, there's sculpting, there's pottery, you can go on for days and days of a whole list of different art, and it's cool to see, dude. Especially cool to see when somebody is, having a really hard time. Well, it's not cool to see that, but it's really cool to see them rise above, above their own mind, really, that's keeping them back. Held back. It's really cool to see when they're doing something that they're passionate about, and it's healing them.
Right.
It actually is healing them.
Yeah, and it shows. I know exactly what you mean, man. We've all been guilty of scrolling on the Talk Tick, or the YouTube Shorts, or you know what I mean, all those little short
the U-twit face.
Yeah, 100%. We've all been guilty of scrolling past those, and you stop on a video and you're like, oh man, that thing that guy's doing is so freaking cool, right? You feel when somebody's passionate about something. That's music for them, that as it is for me. Right.
So, of course, we talked about how the music and all the art is healing for the soul, and how it's important to do events like this, and to do things personally that really help you with your mental health. And it's like I always say, other podcasts, and when we talk about BetterHelp, since we're sponsored by them, mental health therapy. Therapy is multiple things. You can talk to a professional, or to me, I consider therapy music, or other forms of art or meditation or whatever you're going to do. All of those things fall under the therapy category. And to me, it's important to do those things because it's kind of like working out your brain. It's just as important that, if you're trying to work on your body, you're going to diet, you're going to exercise, go to the gym, whatever you're going to do, go for a run, whatever it is. I think therapy is just as important. You got to take care of your brain just like you do your body. In fact, it's kind of more important.
Oh, yeah.
So while we're finishing that up, I think we got one more song that we're going to do, that we're going to play. It's Scarlet Scarves, correct?
Yeah, Scarlet Scarves.
We're going to go ahead and play that one and take a listen, and then we'll talk about it. Scarlet Scarves by Skylines the Limit.
She just wants a life by the sea. Now we're in this Midwest town, dreaming. We used to look up at the stars at night and sing. This is not the way it used to be. Scarlet scars and fragile hearts can't hide a thing from me. Summer skies and moonlit nights, and all the things that we wouldn't get right. Not the first time, not the first time. Tonight's a night that we finally see. Ignite the spark, rekindle the flame, so we might speak again. But baby, it's a new day, it's a new day, it's a new day for me. Dawn, there's a bright light, and it's shining, and it's guiding my way. She just wants a life by the sea. Now we're in this Midwest.
All right, and that was Scarlet Scars from Skylines the Limit. I can once again say that 5 times fast. That is quite a tongue twister. You want to talk about that song a little bit? Kind of how talk about the lyrics a little bit, like what they mean to you, and
Right. So kind of like we were talking about earlier with one of our other older songs. Like this song started out as an acoustic song. This one wasn't around a bonfire, but I was just messing around at home, and it more or less started out poetic. I kind of had lyrics for it before I had anything else. This is one that turned into like an 8-minute song in the beginning, and now it's like I kind of reared it way back, like down to like 4 minutes. Because I was like, it didn't fit the song so much. But there's been a lot that I added into it, and a lot that I played with it as. The whole premise behind it is kind of like just growing up, man. Like life's not like you start off as a kid, you got like these big city dreams. You're like, I know where I'm going. Like those old people don't know what they're talking about. They don't know me. I'm
whole
going,
Midwest emo attitude.
Right. I'm going exactly where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And it's just about like things not turning out what you want them to, but things being okay.
Right.
Kind of like I wouldn't give my situation up for anything. I got a loving wife. I've got 3 kids, and I've got my music. I got my friends still, right?
Yeah.
And that may not have been where I saw myself, but it's where I ended up. About the journey, not the.
Amen, brother.
What it is, right?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So that one again, there's a lot of heart into it. I actually name dropped a couple of my friends at the end of the song. And actually Chris, our buddy who passed away, right? I mentioned him. He's literally, in the last part of like the chorus is go tell TJ, Kenny, and Chris that I missed it. Talking about my friends. Like I miss hanging out with my buddies.
Right.
And that's one thing I do miss for real.
Yeah, dude.
Again, but I don't know. It's a very personal song. I feel like I wrote it in a way that a lot of people could connect with the feelings. I like to hope.
I've been hanging out with John and Malachi a lot lately.
Oh, have you? Mm-hmm. Man,
Malachi looks exactly like Chris.
Yeah, he's gotten huge.
He looks exactly like Chris, dude. Yeah. All right. Well, that once again we were talking about Skylines the Limit. That was Scarlet Scarves, and yeah, it's been good talking to you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for having me on here.
Once again, you can catch Lucas under the name Skylines the Limit. That's the project. You can catch him at Notes for Hope, the 8th annual. It's a suicide prevention benefit. The door or tickets in advance are going to be $10, and at the door it's going to be $12. It's happening September 9th at the Park Hills Underground, and we look forward to seeing you there. And let's have it.
Yeah, be there. Bring your friends. Bring everybody. People you care about. It's going to be an all ages show. Family. Friends, people you care about. It's been so great talking to you, buddy. I can't wait to play that show. I don't really have any other scheduled at the moment. I will announce them as I get them, and I just can't wait to show up and see all these great bands and all these people coming together and connecting.
Yeah, man, it's been great. It's been another good talk about the Midwest Mixtape podcast. Yeah. All right, we'll talk to you next time, man.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
She just wants a life by the sea. Now we're in this Midwest town, dreaming. We used to look up at the stars at night and sing. This is not the way it used to be. Scarlet scars and fragile hearts can't hide a thing from me.